Alright, good morning to any replayers. If you're a replayer, don't forget you can still participate. Tap on the screen for hearts. If I say anything that's interesting, you can always share this broadcast with anybody that needs to hear the message. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter or Snapchat, especially if you have a question that I didn't answer or you didn't get a chance to ask. So, good morning and welcome to my daily money habits Periscope. I know that Periscope's been a little bit glitchy lately, so that notifications aren't going out. I've been hearing the buzz in the community around the issues with Periscope. Anyhow, if you're new to me, my name is Joannazarach, and I do a daily money habits Periscope at 10 a.m. Central Time. And I do it because I very much have a conviction around money and how money management and in general, like taking control of your finances is one of the key places that everybody can do. So for those that have been listening, I talk about the big five money topics, and then I talk about the toolkits that you need to start using to be able to address your money management, but also wealth building. So the top five things that you need to think about is income, taxation, investing, big purchases, and risk. But it's all based on this foundation that you know where your money is going. And the thing is that everyone has the tools to do this. It takes only a little bit of time every day for you to know where your money is going. So today I want to talk about why Mint, right? So people chime in with all the things that's worked for them in terms of how they manage their money. You know, I hear about the envelope system, the cash system, other tools. But I've seen a lot of other tools, and I've used other tools. I used Quicken before Mint became a thing. I used Excel. I've used try to figure out where my money goes. And there are some things that I use an Excel spreadsheet for, like to set my expense, to figure out my burn rate. I can look at Mint, but I really just have a column. It's a very short thing for my burn rate. And so why Mint is because I've been watching this space for a really long time in terms of financial management tools. And I talk about it. Mint's not an over-encompassing app. It doesn't do everything for you, but when it comes to tracking money and having a summary of all your net worth, it is the best tool. And why Mint? Because it's also backed by Intuit, right? It was bought by one of the biggest financial software companies in the US, and so it's not going away. I also see Mint investing. I see the investment happening in the software. So I've seen the settings. I'm seeing some changes. They're slight. They're not affecting functionality, but I'm seeing them invest in the software, right? Because they know that it's of value, and they're also, friendly with other financial apps and services, because I see them being advertised within Mint. Like Mint really controls the flow of advertising and suggestions. So that's why I feel like that's a really powerful tool. I also recommend it because I use it. I only recommend the things that I actually utilize. So it's really important for me to walk the walk on the things I recommend. So I check my Mint account every single day. Why? Because if I go like 2 or 3 days without checking it, the transactions go to the following page, and it feels like work. If I can do something in less than 30 seconds a day, which is to go to my transactions tab and just make sure that all the transactions are right and that I know where the money went. Because if I'm going to do a summary, even at the end of the month or the end of the year, and there's a bunch of uncategorized stuff, then that means you really weren't paying attention. So paying attention to your money is one of the big jobs that we have in life, as our household jobs. That's the other thing I'm thinking about. It's like household jobs, and how do you do it? So if you got to have someone in your household, so if you're a household of one, it's your job. Sometimes things come into play where you have, a household of two, or with children, more people. Maybe you have some other dependents. Maybe your parents, are living with you, whatever. There still needs to be someone who does the job. And it's an accounting job, and there's the long-term strategy investing job, taxes, all of these things. There's many jobs. And so Mint is just really a place where you can easily watch watch your money, and it allows you to get in the habit of it, because again, it's free, so you don't have to be like, oh, should I be buying this software and then I have to spend all this time. It's free. Sign up for it, open an account, get all your stuff in order on Mint. It may take a little bit of time, and then just get in the habit. Just as much as you get in the habit of managing your social media or managing, like checking your email, like things that are coming inbound, you need to incorporate into that routine into your life to check Mint, to resolve all your transactions. And when you first get started, just keep it simple, right? Make sure all your accounts are in it. Like, so how do you know you've sort of progressed through Mint? First, you open an account. And so the Mint, so set up all your accounts. So every single financial account has to be represented in your Mint. That's, your setup. Then your transactions are flowing, and don't get crazy. Don't try to like go backwards and like analyze your accounts. Like, it's still February, so you could if you spend an hour to 2 hours, and you could categorize all your 2016 transactions. It's all you would need to do, because you're going to build on your prior effort and success, and then you just get in there and you do it every day. And then when it's like too easy, when you're like, oh, I don't see why I should log in every day, but it's a habit, right? Just like you get up and you brush your teeth or you have your coffee, like make it a habit, because as soon as it's a habit, it's something you don't have to think about or decide, and that becomes a lot easier and a lot more effective. And so that's why, those are really it's really important to have it. Like, if you care, and here's my message, if you care about building wealth and managing your money and becoming an investor and not just a consumer, then you need this. You need to do this. And there's no excuse for it. There's no reason not to. And if you feel like, oh, I'm bringing so much money in, great for you. Hire an accountant. Like, have someone do this for you. Make sure you understand the key numbers that are in your life. Most people know their paycheck and how much is coming in, but they don't know the other important things, how it's their burn rate, which is the monthly required, what their lifestyle requires on a monthly basis, including the variable stuff. They don't know their effective tax rate. They don't know their investment rate. They don't know their net worth. Like, these are the things that you really need to get on top of if you're at all interested in becoming financially independent. Because again, like, if you're just a person who's like, oh, I just wish I had more money to spend, like, okay, you go figure it out. Like, I'm not for you, right? Like, I have to be real clear that I'm trying to help people who are trying to get on their way to financial independence, and I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to know your numbers. So Mint is where you're going to get some of the key numbers that you need to know for yourself, and you only get it if you're actually using it and you took the time to set it up, because you can't change. You can't control things that you don't measure. You can't change your behavior and see its impact if you're not tracking it. So tracking is really important. It's important in life, it's important in business. Anything you do, if you're not tracking, if you're not setting goals, it's really, really hard to accomplish. So get in the habit of watching your money. And if you have any questions around Mint, like when you set up Mint, Monday, or any day actually, but Monday specifically, we always talk about Mint because it is a foundation of your financial health to know where your money is and where it's going and making a money plan. And this is a very, very effective tool that I just harp on all the time to use it. And I use it every single day of the week. Usually before I go to this broadcast, I go on and I just log into my Mint account and I see, like, do I need to, like, what transactions happen, what do I need to line up, because everything's automated, right? So for me, everything's kind of just working through, and I really have my finger on the pulse of the cash flow. So open your Mint account. If you have any questions or troubles, you can always ask me. We can go through it, and then if trying to get more people there, because that's your starting point. You need to know where you're starting from in order for you to make changes. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. every single day, 10 a.m. Central Time. Talk about money habits and helping you guys get on your way to taking control of your money in order to achieve financial independence. See you guys.